What's going on, guys? I hope everybody's doing well. So, I got thinking about something yesterday, and what provoked this thought was a video that I saw by a YouTuber who goes by the name Live to Fish Rourke, who makes awesome horror videos here on YouTube. I'm going to put a link to his channel down in the description, and you guys should go check him out and subscribe to him. But he made a video about Halloween H2O and changes he would make to H2O that would make H2O work better for him. And he pretty much summed up anything I could ever say about anything negative I could ever say about Halloween H2O. So it got me thinking, what's a movie in that series that I have massive issues with? And that had to have been Halloween 2018. Now, bear in mind, I like Halloween 2018. I think it's a fine Halloween movie. But I do have a lot of issues with it as well. And I have had issues with it since it came out in the theater. I felt as if the campaign for the movie, the marketing campaign, hyped it up to be the second coming of the original Halloween. And they claimed that they understood the original Halloween, what made that movie work. And when I saw the movie, I liked it, but I was a little underwhelmed with it. I've learned to like it a lot more since then, but I was pretty pissed off about the movie that I saw in the theater. Like I said, I've warmed up to it now, and I definitely like it a lot more than I used to. I appreciate it a lot more ever since we got Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. But yeah, I remember coming out of that movie thinking that they claimed to understand the original Halloween movie, and the movie that I saw, I was kind of like, I don't think you guys really understand the original movie as well as you think you do. But I've got some notes here, so because I've got bad ADHD and I'll get way off topic. So I've got a couple things here that I think if you tweaked in Halloween 2018, or some of these things if you just completely got rid of, Halloween 2018 would be the perfect Halloween sequel and probably would surpass Halloween 2 as the best sequel, as the true sequel to Halloween. To me, Halloween 2 is still the true sequel, but Halloween 2018 to me is a nice alternative. So, one of the notes I've got here is how Michael Myers operates. Michael Myers does not operate the way he does in the original film. And this to me is one of the things that pisses me off. So first of all, Michael Myers has been arrested. He got arrested in 1978, which Halloween Kills shows you how all that went down. But Michael Myers gets arrested and put back into Smith Grove Sanitarium. To me, that is a really boneheaded decision, because the Michael Myers that we got at the end of that movie, the whole ending of that movie was he could be anywhere. Well, it kind of to me that how they explained it in Halloween 2018, that kind of diminishes the ending to the first Halloween. So in my opinion, I would have done completely away with the Smith Grove Sanitarium, and I would have just had Michael Myers still out there, which kind of gets into my next note, but we'll get there in just a second. I don't like the way Michael Myers operates. I don't like that instead of Michael Myers operating on his own fruition, he's got the doctor, whatever his name was, Sartain. I think it was Sartain. He's the one that's kind of engineering the whole prison breakout of Michael Myers. He's the one that obviously caused the bus to crash. He is the one that's constantly trying to shoehorn an interaction between Michael Myers and Laurie. And to me, that's not how Michael Myers operated in the original movie. Michael Myers did what Michael Myers wanted to do. So, to me, Michael Myers doesn't work when he's being engineered by somebody else, something else or somebody else, like in Halloween 6, The Cult. You know, that was dumb. As much as I do like Halloween 6, The Cult was stupid. That was ridiculous. Michael Myers doesn't get controlled by anybody. And like I said, I like this movie too. But that's something about this movie that does bother me. Michael Myers he's not controlled by anybody. And in my opinion, this is kind of engineered by the doctor. And that's one of the things that I absolutely 100% would change about Halloween 2018. Laurie is the next victim to this rant. It's not really a rant, and there's no victims here, but yeah, one of my problems when I first saw this movie right out of the gate was I don't buy Laurie in this movie. I don't. especially since we got Halloween H2O and we saw how Laurie reacted to she was dealing with the PTSD with alcoholism. She has a strained relationship with her son, who's played by Josh Hartnett. And in my opinion, that Laurie, to me, would make more sense in this movie. To me, in my opinion, in H2O, she underreacts, considering you got to remember about Halloween H2O. Halloween 2 is part of that storyline, where in this Halloween 2018, Halloween 2 is obviously ignored. They've retconned it. And in my opinion, the Halloween 2018 Laurie is not realistic. She's not. She's completely overreactionary. She has like a doomsday bunker built into her basement, and technically it's a trap. But in my opinion, if Michael Myers, he escaped in 78 and he killed a bunch of her friends in 1978. So, completely ignoring Halloween 2, Michael Myers is locked away, mind you, and she does all this ridiculous stuff where she basically fucking turns her house into this inferno trap. And to me, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't work for me. The way, because Halloween 1 is the only one that's canon, the way the Laurie from H2O would have worked better in this movie, and the Laurie in this movie would have worked better in Halloween H2O, because Halloween 2 did happen. I mean, obviously in Halloween H2O, he survived the hospital fire. So to me, it makes more sense for Laurie to be more like Sarah Connor in a movie like H2O, and have the Laurie that's in H2O in this movie. In my opinion, that would fix it, if she was more believable and more realistic. Because in H2O, Michael Myers is like a force. He's got a supernatural edge, where in the 2018 David Gordon Green trilogy, he is supposedly a man, and then they kind of went back on that totally with Halloween Kills. So that's kind of my problem. Laurie is not believable. She is just, it's too much. It's way too ham-fisted. What does that say? I can't see from way over here. Here's a little minor thing I would change. The references, the callbacks, not just to the first movie, but the other movies that they claim don't exist. Yeah, they claim that those movies suck and they don't exist, but they don't have a problem referencing them, like the bathroom scene, or the where it says resurrection on the van, or what else? They referenced a couple other of the Halloween movies. Fuck, I can't remember. The callbacks, like when Allison's sitting in the classroom and she looks out and Laurie's standing across the street, which is a callback to when Laurie was sitting in class and she looked out the window, Michael Myers was across the street. To me, they just got way too heavy-handed with the callbacks. To me, it was ridiculous. I was not a fan of any of the callbacks. And the ones, like I said, that made me the most angry were the ones from the movies that they claim are not in this fucking storyline. To me, it's ridiculous. The lack of Halloween atmosphere. That was another thing I noticed when I saw this movie in theaters, was that it didn't feel like Halloween to me. Halloween 1 felt like Halloween. Halloween 2 felt like Halloween. Halloween 4, 5, and 6 felt like Halloween. H2O didn't really feel like Halloween. Resurrection kind of did. Rob Zombie's Halloween, the first one, didn't feel like Halloween to me. His second one did. And I'll give that to Kills and Halloween Ends as well. They did do better with the Halloween atmosphere. That's about one of the only few positives to either of those movies that I have. This movie just didn't feel like Halloween. Like, I feel as if I didn't know the movie was titled Halloween, and if Michael Myers wasn't in it, I would have absolutely zero idea that this movie took place on Halloween, until they got to the Halloween night scene where you see the kids running around in the street with costumes. I'm like, oh, is this supposed to take place on Halloween? Because up until that point, there's no real indication that this movie is centered around Halloween. So, yeah, I don't think they really did a good job getting the Halloween atmosphere down with this movie. I think still to this day, the most atmospheric in the franchise is a tie between 4 and 6. Those, to me, they feel like autumn, Halloween. Here, kind of getting to my last point. This one's kind of complex. This one's very complicated. So, there's different layers to this final bullet point here. So, as we know, they did away with the brother sister story, this brother sister angle. And in my opinion, when they first announced that, I was okay with it. Okay, I was fine with it because I was aware that in the first movie they were not brother and sister. They didn't introduce that until part two, which that was one of my least favorite aspects of part two, was the brother sister introduction. I almost feel as if John Carpenter watched The Empire Strikes Back and thought, I need to do something like that. Because I think Empire Strikes Back came out the year before Halloween 2. So they decided to eradicate the brother-sister storyline in this movie, which I was fine with. But then when I saw how the movie played out, it would have made more sense to just have them be brother and sister. It doesn't make sense to me why Laurie would be so hell-bent on Michael. Michael doesn't give a shit. Okay, Michael doesn't give a fuck about Laurie. He probably doesn't even fucking remember Laurie. The way I saw the movie, I'm just like, you might as well have just put the brother-sister angle in this movie. And I just don't understand it. Like, I think the way I feel about it is Danny McBride and David Gordon Green probably did want to do the brother-sister angle, but then they wouldn't have got the endorsement from John Carpenter, because John Carpenter hated that aspect of Halloween. And I'm not necessarily a big fan of it either, but it would have made more sense for this movie, because to me, it doesn't make sense why Laurie and Michael would have the final confrontation. There's no weight to it, because there's no, other than he attacked Laurie and killed a couple of her friends in 1978. And I'm not trying to trivialize murder or anything, but by movie standards, it's not that big of a deal. Like, we know how rich the rivalry between Laurie and Michael is as Halloween fans, but this movie did away with all that history, so it doesn't really, to me, it doesn't really matter. Because for one, they're not related. Two, they were in contact with one another for all of about 10 minutes, about 10 fucking minutes. To me, it would have just made more sense to do the brother sister, or I've got a slash here. They could have just done a new story, something different. They could have done the Halloween Returns thing. I remember reading the script for that, and I thought that sounded fucking awesome. So, do something new. Do something. That's what I hope. If they're gonna do another Halloween movie in 2028, like they've been apparently talking about, I hope they just do something different. Like, I don't want to see Jamie Lee Curtis back. Even the first time, like, I was cool with Jamie Lee Curtis coming back, but I was thinking we already did this with H2O. Like, everything we did in this movie, we already did with H2O. So I'm hoping if they are going to do another Halloween movie in 2028 for the 50th anniversary, they just do something different, do something new, create some new characters, go back to 1978 and just tell a different story with Michael Myers. Or do one without Michael Myers, but, you know, Michael Myers he's the main draw, obviously. He's the one that you put his face on it, you sell tickets. I get that. So they're obviously going to go the Michael Myers route. I've always been curious to see how Halloween would have turned out if they followed the anthology route. But Michael Myers is obviously, his face is synonymous with the franchise. In my opinion, with 2018, they should have just done something different. They should have done a new story instead of bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis again. And if you want to get go more into it with kills, like bringing back like Marion Chambers, who we've already killed in the fucking franchise. I don't mean to turn this into a big fucking dumping on the fucking David Gordon Green trilogy, but yeah, those are kind of my things. I just don't, I would change about Halloween 2018. I like a lot of things about it. I love the music. I love the mask. The guy that plays Michael Myers is phenomenal. James Jude Courtney. That's who it is. He's fucking awesome. Jamie Lee Curtis is awesome in it. There's a lot of stuff in it that's awesome. It's just, to me, they could have, here, I'll just add a new note right now. They could have made it feel more like the original. And for some reason, I think they thought they were. They claimed that this was the movie that was going to bring the franchise, like bring it back to the roots of the original Halloween movie. And then when I went to go see the movie, I thought it felt more like the sequels that they try to disrespect and downplay. So to me, it almost feels like this movie was pointless. I'm saying that as somebody that I like this movie. Don't get me wrong. I like Halloween 2018 just fine. I've got the Blu-ray Steelbook, or the 4K Steelbook that's got not just 2018, but it's got kills and it has ends, and I watch every single Halloween movie every October. So I like Halloween 2018 just fine. But I also these are a lot of things about this movie that bother me. Okay. I hope I made myself clear. Hopefully I didn't piss too many people off. I'm going to look into the fucking camera, and I'm going to say, I like Halloween 2018. I enjoy Halloween 2018. So, what you do with that, that's, you're responsible for how you perceive that. But, yeah, I like the movie, but these are the things that I would have done differently. So I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.